Have you ever wanted something so badly that you couldn't stop thinking about it? Maybe it was a new phone. Maybe it was a new car. Maybe it was a promotion you've been chasing for months. Or maybe it was a relationship you believed would change everything. Whatever it was, your mind kept returning to it again and again. You imagined how happy you would feel once it finally became yours. You pictured your future self enjoying it. The more you thought about it, the more important it seemed. Eventually, getting it started to feel like a requirement for happiness. Then one day, it happened. You got the thing you wanted, and for a moment, it felt amazing. You felt excited, proud, relieved. Almost as if a missing piece of your life had finally fallen into place. But then something strange happened. A few days passed. Then a few weeks. And the excitement began to fade. The thing that once felt extraordinary started feeling normal. The phone became just a phone. The promotion became just another job. The relationship became part of everyday life. And without even noticing, your attention started drifting towards something else. Something new. Something better. Something you didn't have yet. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, almost everyone experiences this pattern. Most people simply don't realize they're trapped inside it. Because from the outside, it looks completely normal. After all, isn't pursuing goals a good thing? Isn't ambition supposed to make life better? Isn't wanting more how people improve their lives? The answer is yes. But there's a hidden psychological mechanism beneath all of this. And once you see it, it's difficult to unsee. The truth is that the human mind is not built for lasting satisfaction. That may sound pessimistic, but it's actually one of the most important things you can understand about yourself. Your brain evolved to help you survive, not to keep you permanently happy. For most of human history, survival depended on constantly seeking resources: food, shelter, safety, opportunity. If our ancestors became fully satisfied, they might stop pursuing what they needed. From an evolutionary perspective, that would be dangerous. So the brain developed a different strategy. It rewards pursuit more than possession. Think about the last vacation you were excited about. Weeks before the trip, you probably imagined everything. The destination, the activities, the restaurants, the experiences waiting for you. The anticipation felt incredible. Sometimes the anticipation feels even better than the vacation itself. And once the trip is over, reality slowly replaces imagination. What was exciting becomes familiar. What was new becomes ordinary. The same thing happens with almost everything we desire. The chase feels magical. The ownership feels normal. Psychologists have a name for this phenomenon. It's called hedonic adaptation. Hedonic adaptation describes our tendency to quickly become accustomed to positive changes. No matter how exciting something seems initially, it eventually becomes part of our baseline experience. The brain stops treating it as special. And once that happens, the emotional reward begins to disappear. This isn't a flaw in your character. It's a feature of the human mind. But while psychologists gave it a name, someone noticed this pattern long before modern science existed. A philosopher named Arthur Schopenhauer. Nearly 2 centuries ago, he observed something most people never stop to consider. Human life seems to move between desire and boredom. When we don't have what we want, we suffer because we desire it. When we finally get it, the desire disappears. And in the absence of desire, boredom often takes its place. Then a new desire emerges, and the cycle starts again. Want, get, adapt, want again, over and over. For many people, this cycle quietly becomes their entire life. They keep moving the finish line. They tell themselves the next achievement will finally be enough. The next salary. The next house. The next milestone. The next purchase. The next version of themselves. But when they arrive, the satisfaction never lasts as long as expected. Not because they're ungrateful. Not because they're broken. But because the brain quickly adjusts to new realities. What once felt exceptional becomes normal. And normal rarely excites us for long. This is where the happiness trap begins. The trap is not wanting things. Wanting is natural. The trap is believing that happiness exists exclusively on the other side of your next goal. Because if happiness always lies in the future, the present can never feel sufficient. You become psychologically conditioned to postpone contentment. You start living according to a dangerous sentence. I'll be happy when I lose weight. I'll be happy when I make more money. I'll be happy when I find the right partner. I'll be happy when I buy that thing. At first, these thoughts seem harmless, but over time, they become a habit. A habit of delaying happiness. A habit of treating the present moment as incomplete. A habit of waiting for permission to feel satisfied. And the modern world makes this much worse. Because today, you're surrounded by endless reminders of what you don't have. Every advertisement tells you something is missing. Every social media feed shows someone who appears more successful. Every platform is competing for your attention by presenting a better version of reality. A better body. A better lifestyle. A better career. A better relationship. A better future. The message is subtle but powerful. You are not enough yet. And if you believe that message, desire never stops growing. Because there will always be something else to chase. Something newer. Something bigger. Something more impressive. Consumer culture thrives on this mechanism. The economy benefits when people remain dissatisfied. People who feel complete don't buy solutions to imaginary problems. People who feel incomplete do. That's why so many industries are built around amplifying desire. Not because desire is bad, but because desire is profitable. The result is that many people spend years running toward happiness without ever feeling closer to it. Like running on a treadmill, lots of movement, no arrival. The strange irony is that many people eventually achieve everything they once wanted, and still feel restless, still feel dissatisfied, still feel like something is missing. Not because success failed, but because they expected success to solve a psychological problem it was never designed to solve. External achievements can improve your circumstances, but they cannot permanently eliminate the mind's tendency to adapt. This realization can feel uncomfortable, but it can also be liberating, because it changes the question. Instead of asking, "What do I need to get before I can be happy?" you begin asking, "Why do I believe happiness is somewhere else?" That question changes everything, because it shifts attention away from the next object of desire, and toward the process creating the desire itself. You start noticing how often your mind lives in the future. You start noticing how often satisfaction gets postponed. You start noticing how frequently enough becomes not enough. And awareness creates a new possibility. The possibility of stepping outside the cycle. Not by eliminating goals. Not by abandoning ambition. Not by refusing success. But by changing your relationship with desire. You can pursue things without believing they will complete you. You can work toward goals without attaching your happiness to them. You can enjoy achievement without expecting it to permanently transform your emotional state. This is a subtle shift, but it changes everything, because happiness stops being a destination and starts becoming a way of relating to the present. You stop demanding that every goal provide lasting fulfillment. You stop expecting every achievement to solve existential discomfort. You stop treating future success as emotional salvation. And when that happens, something unexpected occurs. You become free to enjoy what you already have. Not because your life is perfect, but because your happiness is no longer held hostage by the future. The next thing you want may still be worth pursuing. The next goal may still improve your life. The next opportunity may still matter. But now you see something most people miss. The object was never the real source of happiness. The anticipation was. The meaning was. The story was. And once you understand that, the trap begins to lose its power. Because the greatest illusion isn't that happiness is impossible. It's believing that happiness is always one step away.